Hi, I'm Rachel White with the Horizon League here with Karissa Frazier, a former UIC softball student athlete who was also the winner of our Bobby Fong Award in 2019. So we're just going to catch up with Karissa and hear a little bit about what she's been up to and how her time at UIC and in the Horizon League has had an impact. So first question for you, Karissa, what role would you say that softball played in your development as a leader outside of athletics?
A very big part, I would say. Softball, I think, was kind of my foot in the door, so to speak, to leadership, not only on the field, but like you said, in the community and within UIC in general. It really gave me a voice, I think, to voice and I think confidence really to express my opinions and my beliefs and to really stick up for what I thought was right, not only like within my team, but within athletics and in the university and Horizon League and beyond as well. And softball really gave me a platform, I think, and being a Division I athlete really kind of expanded that platform for me to reach people beyond just the Chicago area or the UIC area. But so with traveling in softball and with playing different competitions, and just kind of the tight-knit group that I think softball really is. It's kind of a small world and a community-like feel. It really allowed me to kind of flourish under Gift of Life and other different organizations that I was involved in, just kind of getting involved, getting other schools involved and other athletes involved. But softball, and I think my coaches and my teammates really pushed me to kind of be a leader, and gave me the confidence to be a leader and to speak out and to seek kind of what I was looking for in that aspect.
That's great. And as I mentioned, you won our Bobby Fong Award in 2019, which is very prestigious, goes to someone who embodies respect, stewardship, and integrity, the league's core values. And you mentioned Gift of Life, but can you talk a little bit about some of the initiatives you're involved in at UIC and what it meant to you to win that award?
Yeah, so I was involved, I still am involved with Gift of Life and just in a little bit of a different capacity, but with Gift of Life and other things that I did, just kind of, I was the SAC president at UIC my final year, and that kind of allowed me to be not only like a leader, I think, on campus, but also an advocate for the student athletes who maybe had a less funded program, who weren't maybe getting some of the things that, other people were getting, and how like we could go about that to kind of share the wealth that was, the importance of athletics and academics at school. So I think having like that background, having the SAC background and having the softball background, like really allowed me to have a relationship with the athletic faculty and all the staff at UIC to really make sure that I thought everyone was, getting a fair shot at everything and really getting involved within the community. I think community service was something that we really prided ourselves in, and UIC still does, and the Horizon League does. But just kind of making efforts to go above and beyond in the community and outside of that, I think is really something that I enjoyed. In my time there. And also outside of athletics, I was involved in, I was a member of the student fee committee. So just kind of making sure that like all the fees were allocated appropriately, and that I thought that getting the word out, because not a lot of people know that the different types of services that are kind of given to you as a student, well, you pay for them, but all the services that are kind of available to you. And I really tried to make sure that not only people in the athletic department, but people on campus kind of knew all the resources that were available to them, whether it was, free wellness checks or, receiving contraception, different things like that. I really tried to go above and beyond and make sure that people really knew about all that stuff. But I really think I really enjoyed being a part of the athletic department because I felt like our priorities were really aligned in making a difference in the community, as well as on the field and in the classroom, of course. But I think we have a duty as student athletes with a platform like that to really, ensure and make sure that the kids who are looking up to us, especially in the Chicago area, are kind of given that confidence that they too can be here one day, and that, you don't have to be, super rich or something to have a quality education, that you can go there through like hard work and dedication, that whether through sports and academics or just academics alone. So I think kind of doing that, I think the community outreach work was something that I really, really loved. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, you're good. That was great. And what did just, I know it's hard to sum up, but the opportunity to just be a student athlete and get to compete and have those other doors open for you, what did that experience mean to you?
Yeah, so I mean, like as a little girl, I played softball my whole life, and it was always, the end goal was to receive a quality education at a world-renowned university and play the sport that I loved. And getting the opportunity to do that at UIC, I don't think I fully grasped until I was there and in it and doing it. But just having the ability to grow, I think I grew the most. On the field, yes, but I think off the field, I kind of developed, into the person and the leader that I strive to be every day because of softball and because of UIC and those around me within the athletic department, my professors, my teachers, everyone who kind of was there for me and my teammates. And I don't know, I think once I got to college, I realized like, okay, I put in all this hard work, but it's still going to be hard work here. But I was away from home. I'm originally from California, and going to Chicago was a big change. But it really just pushed me to kind of become my own person, realize who I was, without my parents and without kind of the guise of high school and travel ball. Just, you have to be really self-accountable, and you have to really learn how to multitask. And I think those are life lessons that being a student athlete really teaches you that I don't think the regular college student would get without that experience. I think I got my master's in my second year. I wasn't playing softball anymore, and I think I really appreciated the times when I was playing softball and going to school, because when I wasn't going to school and I wasn't having 6 a.m. weights and practice for 4 hours and the getting home late and the starting homework, but I think that experience really set me up for success, just having to go through that and learn and develop my character and develop my leadership. And I think really my mentorship skills developed immensely just by being a student athlete and kind of understanding how things work within an athletic department, different things like that. I think being a student athlete was just really invaluable and truly made me the person who I am today.
That's great. And you mentioned a master's degree, but what exactly have you been up to since you wrapped up your UIC softball career?
Yeah, so I redshirted my freshman year, so I got a 5th year of eligibility, but I decided that I didn't want to kind of string it out. I wanted to finish in the 4 years because I was on track, but I had my sights on a master's in public health. So I decided to apply. I decided to apply to UIC, and they have a really top program in Masters of Public Health. They had a maternal and child health program, which I was really interested in. So I applied to UIC and I got in, so that afforded me the opportunity to still play softball while in my first year of my master's, which was very difficult, but it was really rewarding. And like I said, taught me some very valuable life skills. So it's a 2-year program. It was a 2-year program. I just finished up in May, and so now I am MPH. So that is pretty cool. And I decided kind of last summer, before my second year of my MPH, that I didn't really want to do necessarily, I didn't really want to do community level work that an MPH kind of sets you up for. I think community level work is very valuable in the forefront of public health. But I decided I really wanted to kind of go on the other side of things structurally. And so I decided to apply to law school. So I will be attending UIC John Marshall Law School in the fall, continuing at UIC. So that's kind of perfect timing, the merger with John Marshall and UIC, because I am a forever flame at heart. So it will be nice. So I'll be starting law school. It's a 3-year program in the fall at UIC.
That's awesome. Congrats on all of that. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
Last question for you. We've been trying to ask everybody this. Do you have any advice for current student athletes, whether it's just general advice or advice on kind of this difficult time right now everybody's going through, but just since you've been through an experience as a student athlete, wanted to see if you had anything to say to any current Horizon League student athletes?
Yeah, I would say, as cliche as it sounds, make the most of your time while being a student athlete. It's stressful and it can be challenging at times and frustrating at times. With every individual sport, there's frustrations and there's ups and downs, but just really, I think, relish in those moments and really live for the moment and put in the work while you can, because you're not always going to have your sport. We only have a limited time on the field or, in the pool or on the court or whatever. So really make the most of those moments and really, I think, value who's around you and understand the type of learner you are and the type of leader you are while you are still kind of in the molding process of who you are as a person. I mean, I think we're all lifelong learners, but to really understand, how you learn and how you lead and how you become a mentor and how you are a mentee, I think are really things that I valued as being a student athlete. And then I think something that I would recommend to all student athletes and all students really in general is really make connections, because there are people at every university in the Horizon League who care about the student athletes and want to see them succeed post-college. And it's really difficult. A lot of people really find it challenging to transition after college, but making those connections and understanding that you have a family around you, not only with your team, but within, the support staff and the faculty at each university, that they'll always be there, whether that's for, emotional support or for a letter of rec or for different things like that, or just advice on how to enter the workforce or different things like that. I think people are oftentimes afraid to reach out, but it's kind of the scariest thing sometimes, but kind of building that bridge while you're in school makes it a lot easier to do things while you're outside of school. So I know I've had so many mentors within the athletic department at UIC who I still am in contact with and email and call frequently just for advice on things and what I should do next and different things like that. So I think building connections that are meaningful and worthwhile, not only with your teammates, but with faculty, staff, and coaches outside of your team, even, I think is really something that is beneficial.
That's great. Appreciate it. And once again, congratulations on getting your master's and now starting law school. So great that you're going to be remaining in the Horizon League here at UIC. So thank you so much for taking a few minutes to chat with us and catch us up on everything that's going on with you.
No problem. Thank you so much.